Good evening, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. It's time for the abnormal video. Yes, today we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7 abnormal skins to chase out today. We're going to go ahead and try and figure out what might be a decent price to offer for all of them. But before we get started, you're probably sitting there and wondering, Hedge, what is an abnormal skin? If you were to look in the description of this video right now, you will see 2 videos listed. One is a short video, which briefly explains everything in regards to what an abnormal skin is. But the second video goes a little bit more in depth. It explains everything, and you'll understand why we're here every single week chasing after them. Basically, we're trying to put an effort in to make some sweet, delicious profits. It's as simple as that. So sit back and relax. Let's explain everything. So, as you are aware, we have 7 abnormal skins to chase out today. And after that, we'll also explain the prices that we might want to offer for the regular skins. I must repeat, regular skins only become marketable when the next rush store rotates. But please be aware, we've had 2 weeks of Halloween. No more scary skins after this. November Force Wipe is tomorrow. We're going to have some interesting updates. We're going to have some interesting content added, which we'll explain a little bit more a little bit later. And of course, we should be seeing a lot of people returning. This is the beginning where we tend to see a lot of skin prices going up. By default, you're going to see a ton of Christmas themes increasing in price throughout the next few weeks. By default, all of the normal skins will be going up in price, but all of these brand new Halloween skins, they very likely will be suffering, okay? So yes, this does affect the abnormals. Essentially, by default, every year with all the new Halloween skins, they tend to decrease in price pretty badly, but they all seem to reach a point, usually towards the end of November, where they reach a rock bottom price, and then after that, they still ride the post-Christmas momentum. So what tends to happen is they will reach a low point in November, then you could pick them up at that price, and then suddenly, around January time, they're selling for a much better price. So for a very good visual, let's just take a look at a skin that came out last year. If we hop over to here, week 2, we're looking at the likes of, let's get a good look, Ghostly Flame Garage Door. This was a fairly well-liked skin when it came out last year. Unfortunately, it didn't go up in price that much for Halloween this year, but if you look when it first came out, when it became marketable, look at this. This is what we're looking at. So it came out, instantly went down in price. Why is this? Well, Halloween came and went, you know. Are people going to want Halloween-themed skins when Halloween's all over? No, of course not. But it reached a low point here towards the end of November, and then after that, it just kept going up and up and up and up, and it reached a high point here of about $3.50. So yes, even brand new Halloween skins do rise up in price quite nicely. It basically doubled in price from here to here. So this is something we are going to have to take into consideration with the abnormal prices today. Now you should also acknowledge that some skins, if they do look very good, they might go up even higher in price around the summertime. But the vast majority of Halloween skins will have a very nice January time price, and after that, they will never recover. It's unfortunate, but the vast majority of Halloween skins never ever really go back up in price. They'll go below their rustle price, and they'll never go back up. Unless they're manipulated, which is a different story. But yeah, just take a look at the vast majority of these Halloween skins that came out last year. We literally just had Halloween, and none of them really made that much of a difference, unfortunately. They just kind of stayed the way they were. People don't seem to care about Halloween skins that much. Nothing like Christmas, for example. So anyway, let's now start talking about prices we might want to offer for the abnormal skins today. Let's get started. Let's start talking about the Spell Garage Door. So, when we first looked at this, we made a very goofy joke in regards to, cute girl. Very cute witch. Will that help retain the value? I'm still on the fence that it's still going to work out very nicely. So, look at it again. Get a good feel of it. Let's also remind ourselves that the skin creator did make a very cute Valentine skin early this year, so that's the Lover's Arrow Garage Door, and throughout basically all of the past year, this has sold very well, very consistently. Now, get a good look at this. So, came out during Valentine's, went down a fair bit, and then instantly went back up. Very nice, very good. So this was selling for like $4 to $5 during the summer. But of course, like most skins, they suffered during the autumn-fall time. So autumn-fall seasonal dip happened. But most skins, they reached their rock bottom price around October, and now they're all starting to go back up in price again. So even this skin potentially might be a nice investment if you want to consider it. So get a good look at that. So this was very consistent. And I mainly put it down to the fact that people love a cute girl and a garage door, you know. Loads of people love to brag about their Pokemon doors, don't they? I know for a fact that we're getting another Christmas one. The skin creator did confirm they do intend to make a Christmas one. Maybe we're going to end up with a set. Maybe everybody's going to want to have all of them. All right? So yes, whilst they might be holiday themed, it might still work out perfectly fine for them. Questionable, yes. But much like what I just talked about earlier with all the brand new Halloween skins, I do still expect it to go below its rush store price. So this is the part where we need to figure out a decent price to offer for it. So with the likes of this selling at $4, I'm not too surprised that it didn't sell that much. And just a nice quick comparison, Valentine's skin here sold about 30,000. This has only reached about 24,000 bare minimum sales. So if you also question the amount of people that are currently playing and question the possibility of how many we might end up with around January time, I'm expecting we could potentially reach 100,000 average players for January 2024. Let's see how that turns out. But you can understand a lot of people will be returning. A lot of people will see that they might want to buy her. Okay? Sounded weird how I said that, but yeah. I still expect it to reach a low point at some point in November. We have to question a decent price to put down for it. I'm sitting here and I'm saying, I reckon I might do like $2 to $2.70. You know, if you want to play extra safe, stick with $2. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, go a bit further higher up. But if you truly simp, if you think she's going to do perfectly fine, fair enough. But the fact that it's very Halloween gimmicked does kind of... I'm a little bit cautious. And we were cautious last week, weren't we? We looked at the previous garage door. And how's that holding up? Down 22%. Look at all of these Halloween skins. Down, negative. Not looking good. Yeah. But like I said, it happens pretty much every single year. So this right here, I do expect her to go below a rush store price. How low will it go? I reckon she might at least go down by 25%. But like I said, lowest point at some point in November. How high will it go? Well, maybe up to $5 potentially. We shall see. Okay, so in regards to that, I've set the price. Shall we move on? What's the next abnormal to talk about? Sinister Armored Door. So 16,000 bare minimum sales. Look at the site of it. When you instantly look at that, do you instantly think, yes, a Halloween skin? I guess you can. You could also potentially look at it and not really instantly realise it, but again, I have to take into consideration how other people are going to behave with the likes of this skin. It still will be going below its rush store price. November time, it will be dipping. So looking at that, and then I look at the state of the Armored Door skins this year, and well, you could also consider last year, because last year is definitely a very bad influence for this year. Last year we had a ton of them being accepted, and when you look at the state of it right now, you can see how bad that turned out to be. But I looked at the likes of the Armored Door from Hell as a very nice comparison, because with the likes of our current Armored Door, I thought, maybe it could do just as good. Again, you know, maybe it's different. But at night time, those eyes glowing like that, that looks awesome. But again, will it do all right? It's so questionable. Now, with the likes of that, that sold 21,000 bare minimum sales, and it still did quite all right. But that has a very well-established collection. The From Hell collection is ridiculous, isn't it? This right here is all isolated by itself. I think it's not going to be doing as good as I hope it would. I think it will be dipping pretty sharply. If you look at all of the Armored Doors that came out this year, it's not looking very good for them. You have to question, how often are people actually getting to the point where they have an Armored Door? Well, So I am looking at the likes of this and I'm thinking, if this is a $3 skin, I think I might just do like $1.50 to $2. Yep, very cool looking glow-in-the-dark skin, but I have to kind of respect that. Unfortunately, other people do exist, other people bought into this, and it will be very likely going down a fair bit. Now again, if you feel, you know what, Hedge, I think this is still going to work out very nicely, I think it's still going to work out okay, yes, then you could offer a higher price. But that's my approach. I'm being a little bit hesitant with this one. Those are the prices I suggest. You have to be aware that whilst it might look cool, this usually happens to every single Halloween skin, so just pick up the cheaper ones during November and it should work out very nicely. So that's the price I suggest for that. Doomgate Sheet Metal Door. Right, so this is a pretty interesting one. That looks very, very cool. It's not a double door, by the way. It's just a single sheet metal door. So yeah, again, when you look at that, do you instantly think Halloween? Well, you can't avoid that. Loads of skulls, glow in the dark, looks very cool. Glow in the dark keyhole, that's quite cool. Pentagram, very nice, very nice. But what's the state with all of these sheet metal doors this year? There's like 200 of them that exist, plenty of options, and look at all of them. Uh-oh. So very, 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 very awkward. I, by default, am expecting this is going to go down below its rust or price pretty sharply. $3.49 right now. Will it hold? I don't think so. Very cool. Glow in the dark, very standout. Very nice, but even then, there's plenty of other options for the price that it's currently selling for. Could you potentially go ahead and buy another skin? Well, do you know what? We can go take a look at something like that. So if I were to look at all of the other sheet metal doors and then look by price, what do we see? Okay, so if we go to here, highest price, here's its position. Wow. Okay, so instantly it's in like almost the top 10 at $3.49. The current state of sheet metal door skins. Whoa, oh my god. Well, that prints a pretty picture, doesn't it? That's awkward. Do you honestly think it's going to stay up with the likes of all of these other skins here? Probably not. And then when you go lower, look at all the other cheaper options, look at all of these. Don't you think some other people out there might prefer the likes of a Rainbow Pony sheet metal door or a toilet door? Outer Planets, There's a lot of other skins here. You have to take this into consideration. But damn, I did not realise that simply selling at $3.49 instantly made it one of the more expensive sheet metal doors. And that's what happens when you have so many of them in circulation. As you scroll down here, so much negativity, so many skins below their rust or price. They are very, very, very cheap. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, Adobe, look at the state of you. Oh. So yeah, does that paint a pretty picture for you? Probably not. So, $3.49, will it retain its value? Probably not, no. I probably will just go for like $1 to $1.50. I know, low. That is very low. But I am not optimistic. You've seen the current state with all the skins that came out this year. You see where it stands currently by default at $3.49. Yeah. So it's awkward. I know. But like, I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes pretty hard. Because I wouldn't be surprised over the course of the next few weeks we'll see even more sheet metal door skins come out. And then, yeah. How low will it go? It'll probably go down to maybe about $2, which is why I suggest $1 to $1.50. Sounds good? So, very nice looking skin, but other people have bought these and they very likely will be throwing them on the Steam market pretty cheaply. And then, quite conveniently, we have another sheet metal door to talk about, the ghostly sheet metal door right here. Well, $2.49. It's got a very nice faint glow. I think a lot of people will be appreciating this one, though. It's not too silly. It's just very straightforward with the goofy face. The glow in the dark is very faint. Maybe people would appreciate that. But again, sheet metal doors, how many have come out this year? How many have come out at the price of $2.49? That happened a lot, somewhat frequently during the summer. So if we just look at this row of skins here, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49. So many of them selling at $2.49 and, well, 71 cents, 88 cents, $1.40, $1.12, 77 cents, $1.12, $1.03. Huh. Awkward. Yep, that's very awkward. So I'm looking at that. Halloween skin, definitely going to go down in price. I am probably going to do 80 cents to $1.20. I know, yeah, I know, but you just can't trust it. You have to be very cautious with these things. So, I know it's awkward, but just trust me, they're all going to go down in price, so better be safe than sorry. So, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, by all means, jump in, offer a higher price, but you're going to be picking them up, and you're going to be buying a lot of them. So, yeah, cool. Coffin wooden door. So, this looks very nice as well. Very cool looking wooden door skin. Not surprised to see that this was picked. But problem is, how often are you even using your wooden doors? Now, just to point out, yes, it has some very useful glow in the dark right there, but how often are you using your wooden doors? Not a lot. You're probably only literally doing it at the very beginning with the setup of your base, and then after that. So, unfortunately, looking at the likes of that, this isn't going to hold its value. And then when you look at all of the other wooden doors that came out this year, that's only going to just like reinforce the point. Look at this. Look at all of these. Oh no. So we had some very cool looking wooden doors earlier this year. Wooden door from hell, only $1.50 when it sold for $3.49. El Diablo wooden door sold for $2.49, now it's 76 cents. You can clearly see people do not care for wooden door skins, except that one which is being manipulated. But all of these other ones, yeah. Yeah, you might sit and say, but it looks so cool. Yeah, well. Oh well. I know, but it's just not going to hold up. So I look at that and I think, you know what? I'm going to offer 70 cents and 90 cents. That's what I'm going to offer, just below $1, because I expect that to go down to about $1. That is my answer. Let's move on. We have the Zombieland AR. Nice looking skin, unique with its colour scheme, but do people like it? Is that something people are going to be appreciating from now on? Aim down the sight, what do we see? A useful red aim sight, weird looking colour here. I don't know if people are going to be appreciating this, and I have to be very careful. Now, look at all the AKs that have come out this year, and you get a very good idea, a very good picture of what this looks like, because, yeah, that's not holding up very nicely. Oh, God, look at all of that. Only one skin is doing all right, and it's Kiss AR. All of the other ones, bleh. Well, I mean, Redemption's only down by a fair bit. Chameleon's only down by a fair bit. When we're around post-Christmas time, these two are definitely going back up in price. This right here, no. I think I'm probably just going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. I don't really think it's going to retain its value. I've seen many AKs sell for a much higher price and still went down to around $1. And if you looked at all of those AKs close enough, you'd notice that the vast majority of them that came out this year are now selling for around and below $1. So I look at that and, well, 70 cents, 90 cents. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. And now we're all the way down here to the pumpkin bow. Now, I did talk about this last week, and I'll point it out again. Glow-in-the-dark skins, people do not like them. It's unfortunate, especially the weapon skins, more specifically the weapon skins. So, oh no, I'm going to get noticed, pay to lose. I don't like it, Hedge, it's bad, blah, 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 blah. Okay, wonderful, I get it, I understand, shut up. But this has not sold that much. This has only done 4,000 bare minimum sales. That is ridiculously low, especially compared to what we normally see for Ruskins Weekly in terms of their sales and whatnot. Last year, we had some skins get manipulated from the Halloween batch. This right here is definitely looking like it's vulnerable to manipulation. With such low sales, yes. Now, $2.49. By default, I look at this and I say 70 cents, 90 cents by order. But I'm also very much in the position where I'm thinking this very likely could be manipulated simply due to the fact that hardly any of them exist. If you're wondering, Hedge, what are you talking about? Well, you might want to buy some purely based on the idea that if you really truly do believe that this is going to get manipulated at some point next year, because it doesn't usually instantly happen, it might happen at some point in like the summertime, maybe buy a few. Maybe put down a somewhat decent buy order, because if it happens and you own a few, you've got a lot of money to make, because you can sell to those high buy orders that the manipulators are putting down. So yeah, it's a fair bit awkward. It's mainly due to the idea of, if this potentially gets manipulated, I put a higher buy order down, but is that something you're going to really want to do? Maybe this isn't manipulated. Maybe another skin's manipulated, like Gorsar or Ghost Halloween MP5. Who knows? But by default, I look at it, 70 cents, 90 cents. It's not going to retain its value. Look at the SAR that came out last week. I've picked these up now. I've started to pick up a few. Zombie SAR, it was selling for $3. Now it's already down to $1. People do not like glow-in-the-dark weapons. They do not like. So, learning from that, that's my suggestion. But based on the sales, keep an eye on it, all right? Keep an eye on it. That is ridiculously low. So, I've said my piece. Let's now start talking about the likes of the the regular skins, the skins that aren't abnormal. These skins right here, the Scarecrow Tier 3, well, they're only going to become marketable tomorrow when the Rust store has rotated. So you really do need to figure out what you're going to do. But like I said at the very beginning of this video, in regards to Halloween skins, I do expect them to go below their Rust store price. But you have to take into consideration, do you think this could potentially be a very nice budget option for the desert area, the desert environment? What do you think? Is it a little bit too dark? I mean, at the end of the day, what you see here only costs you about maybe a couple dollars. When you look at the likes of Desert Raiders, for example, how much is that right now? Let's just remind ourselves. Yeah, it's quite expensive. Oh my god, just the Tier 3 armor is like $40. Now, when the prices were a lot better, these were selling for around $50 for the pair. Yeah, Desert Raiders is pretty expensive. Loads of people love it. But it's the pigment, it's the colour. So if I were to look at this on the workshop, you can get a good, there you go, a good look at how that stands out. And yeah, that is like the perfect colour scheme for the desert area. When you look at the likes of this again, it's a bit dark. So, questionable things. Do you reckon that's enough? Do you reckon that's perfectly fine? Am I being too specific? Well, you know, people who definitely want to have the advantage are willing to spend the price, you know, put the money down. And yes, this will definitely be going back up in price around January time, so good for cave environments. Everything's good for a cave. This right here, do you like the design of it? Oh, I clicked the wrong thing, sorry. Do you like the design of it? Do you reckon this will hold up quite nicely in the future? Oh, zoom out. There we are. Look at that smile. Now, we were questioning, would this potentially be continued after Halloween? Lysaint didn't do that. If you are aware of my Rust Workshop skin checks, for example, as you can see here, every single week I'm producing a video and making a collection going over all the newest skins and whatnot, as you can see right here. Lysaint did not make a continuation of that. It doesn't look like he plans to do that either, so consider watching this every single week. Always be informed of the newest skins. But yeah, with the amount of sales that this had, and I'm not surprised that it had a lot based on the fact that this sold at 99 cents each, I do expect this to go below its rust price. I do expect it to reach a low point at some point in November, but I can still see it rise up in price around January time. When we get loads more people playing the game, how high will it go? It's very questionable. You're not going to see a continuation for a very long time, and not until Halloween 2024 at least. So is that purely going to be used just as a budget option? Well, we do have other skins that are being, you know, considered as budget options. We have Sand Rhino, and Sand Rhino is currently an active option. So right here, the collection is still getting more skins made for it. Literally, just this past weekend, we have Tier 2. So let's get a good look at this image right here. Very nice. Do we have it with the hoodie and pants? There you go. That's a lot more lighter in its complexion and probably a lot more suitable as a Desert Raiders budget alternative. So let's see if that potentially gets the continuation is accepted. If not, questionable. But we do already have the Tier 3, which is, you know, technically what would Scarecrow would be, compared to. And yes, this is a little bit more pricier, but maybe the brighter brown is just what people need, so we shall see. But I do still expect it to go below its rust price. I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to probably do like 50 cents each, because I can see them still going up in price around post-Christmas time. I just can't fully comprehend how crazy people might go for them. So 50 cents is what I'm going to do. If you want to offer a little bit more, feel free to do so. If you want to be a little bit more safe, offer less. It's not too hard to understand. Pumpkin Exhibition AK-47. Very gimmick towards Halloween. You can see that it's just got tons of pumpkins all over it. Are you going to want to have an AK like this in like April time? August? Christmas time? Probably not, no. So yeah, you can understand the situation. You can understand the problem. It's nice for Halloween. It's probably not nice for every other part of the year. So this is what happens with most holiday themed skins. When the holiday has come and gone, why would people want this? You're very likely going to see this drop down in price. We just talked about AKs earlier. Well, we can remind ourselves the vast majority of AKs that have come out this year have gone down to and less than $1. Let's just take a look. And what do we see? Yep, 81 cents, 96 cents, $1.08. 81 cents. What do we have here? 76 cents, 85 cents, 82 cents, 89 cents, 87 cents. There's tons of them below $1. That right there, unfortunately, based on the fact that it's very gimmick towards Halloween and whatnot, it's going down, and it's probably going down pretty sharply. That right there is going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. And don't be surprised if you buy a lot of them with the 90 cent buy order. I know that because I've been buying quite a lot of them at that price with the previous AKs. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yes, don't be surprised by that. Moving on, we have the Dracula Furnace. I made a lot of jokes talking about this. We can still make many more jokes. It's not about the skin itself. The quality's totally fine. It's just what it looks like. It definitely looks like a particular thing that I won't, explain to you or give you a reference of. But anyway, this is very gimmick towards Halloween. I like the eyes, that's cool. Will this last? Will people still be appreciating this as time goes on? There's a lot of blood. I could see it probably doing okay-ish, but during the year, I still think it's going to be suffering. So, yeah, I am probably looking at the likes of this, and then I'm reminded of all the furnaces that came out this year, The interior of that one is still an orangey, yellow or red interior. That one's different. That one's still holding up its price. That's still doing good. But yeah, this is going to very likely end up like this and this and this, all below $1. So looking at the likes of that, I'm probably just going to stick with doing a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order. It's unique. It's funny in its own way, but unfortunately I just don't think people are going to care too much for it after Halloween and whatnot, which is now. It's already past Halloween, so yeah, that's what I'm going to suggest. Sorry, but there's lots of furnaces that get accepted every single year, and during the year, they usually are all in the negative. So, moving on, we have the likes of Bonelord L96. So, yeah, this is a situation in regards to gun demand. How often are you even using the L96? You can look at the prices of these skins and realise I don't think too many people are actually getting a hold of these. Yeah, so think like this. If you don't actually manage to be able to use the weapon that much, where's the justification in wanting to have a skin for it? Therefore, if there's no justification to have a skin for the weapon, then skin prices go down, unfortunately. And yeah, a lot of these are down to and less than $1. So this right here, whilst it's nice and congratulations for your first ever acceptance, unfortunately this isn't going to retain its value. Halloween skin down to 70 cents to 90 cents, unfortunately. So 70 cents, 90 cents by order is my suggestion. Moving on, we have the likes of the Tombstone Barricade. Now, I've said this once, I'll say it again. We had the Adobe Barricade accepted earlier this year, the first ever barricade to be accepted after 6 years, and then it instantly tanked. People don't actually have a need for them. So, whilst this one is decorated as RIP, and you might sit there and say, haha, I could decorate my base, it looked very goofy and whatnot. How long until that enjoyment, ends? Yeah, I just can't see this retaining its value, I'm afraid. And I think it's going to be very cheap. And, well, how low could it go? 10,000 bare minimum sales. When you compare that with the likes of the Adobe one, basically matching up to the same thing. This went down by 60%. So, yeah. Will this ever improve? Probably not. This is probably going to be like a 40 cent to 50 cent buy order. And I'm not even joking. It's unfortunate, but that's the position that it's in. Again, maybe some people look at it and they could decorate the base outside, but it's not retaining its value. No way. Unless it gets minute plated, but awkward, but it is what it is. Ghost Halloween MP5, part of the Ghost Halloween collection, and very weirdly, these two skins have actually done pretty good over the past couple years they've been out, so let's just quickly show this off. Ghost Halloween AR has quite a lot of fans, so yes, this is selling for $1.35. It is selling below its rush door price, but if you look at its sales over the past couple years, it does actually have quite a lot of traction. It does have some decent demand. Post-Christmas last year, this was going up to $2. It actually did quite all right. Went down a bit after post-Christmas, not too surprising. Summertime, went back up again. People seem to appreciate this collection. I look at the SAR now. The SAR, somewhat similar. If you go look at the price, $1.65 at the moment. Look at the resistance, hardly anything there. Look at its sales history, and what do I see? Post-Christmas last year, went up very high. Did very good, and then it went down. This might have been a manipulation. But yeah, during the year, fairly stable, sitting at around $2.50 at some point. Went down during the autumn-fall season, much like every other skin. Very likely this skin might boost back up to about $2.50 again. No resistance, it easily could do that. So I look at this MP5 and I do question, maybe, just maybe, this might work out quite alright, but we have to take into consideration the current state of the MP5 because it did get buffed recently, but it seems people still don't care for it. And if people don't care for it, why would people want skins for it? So if people don't want skins for it, then why would you want to buy skins? Skin prices not hold up good. Make you sad, very bad. Yeah, look at all of them. Down, negative, unfortunately. Redemption and Chameleon are holding up somewhat all right. Post-Christmas time, these are definitely going to be in the positive. But with all of these other ones, probably not, no. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I'm going to do a 70 cent to 90 cent barter on this one. I just don't believe it's going to retain its value. Not like the SAR and the AK at the very least, so... Awkward. Right, now we have the likes of the Gore SAR. Get a good look at this. So, all the SAR skins that came out this year, the vast majority of them are below their rush door price. Chameleon has got a bit of a boost. Very nice. Zombie SAR came out last week. It's already down to $1. Very unfortunate. This right here, it is very unique in its design. So this was Jimmy Tedeschi's first ever skin to be accepted, and whoa, look at this. Oh, God. Do you think people are going to appreciate this as time goes on? That is a very standout, gruesome looking skin. It is weird. It is freaky. But do you reckon that's enough to keep people invested and want to use it? It hasn't sold that much, so by default, I don't think people care too much for it. But, yeah. It takes one influencer to run around with this in their hands, and suddenly everybody wants it. One TikTok video, one YouTube video, one stream holding that in their hands, and suddenly everybody cares. But by default, I do expect it to go below its rush store price. By default, unfortunately, I'm probably going to do 70 cents, 90 cents by order. It looks cool, but I just don't imagine it's going to retain its value. Also, Halloween skin, it's going to go down in November. You get the idea. You get the spiel. So just to be safe, 70 cents, 90 cents by order. Pumpkin road sign gloves. Now, I spoke of this somewhat positively when I looked at this at first. I get the feeling this actually might retain its value. But I could also imagine it's going to not do that good either. Okay, my answer to you is, when you look at all of the road sign gloves, you can see they tend to do quite all right. When it's January time, I wouldn't be surprised if you see every single one of them in the positive. This happens a lot, all right? This happens a lot. But holiday theme skins, which you can clearly see this very much is, it's orange, it's quite literally a pumpkin, well, yeah, awkward. And we're probably not seeing a continuation of the pumpkin armor collection until next year, the one made by Robstar. So earlier this year we did have the Easter stuff, and unfortunately those gloves right there, they're not doing too good, are they? Down by 40%, and it sold just as much as the Halloween one. In fact, just only 1,000 more. So I look at this and I question, will this retain its value? I can see it happening, but I can mostly see it suffering. Initially, this will be suffering. It will be going below its rush store price. Post-Christmas time, how well will this do? Well, I don't imagine it going up in price insanely, but it's the only orange gloves that we have. So it's a fair bit awkward, but I will stick with my point that I do expect it to go below its rush store price. So I'm probably going to do like 65 to 75 cents. That's my answer. I'm going to go with that price. Now, maybe it does retain its value. Okay, cool, but if it retains its value, you're still not making that much of a profit. So I wouldn't be surprised if many of you don't seem to care about this one. But again, next year, Halloween 2024, Robstar, let's see if he does make a continuation of the Tier 2 armor that he made the year before, because when this came out, it didn't really make that much of a difference for this. We needed to see a core piece, Tier 3 or hoodie and pants, but it didn't happen. We got gloves and boots instead, and only the gloves were accepted, so awkward. Yeah, so, alright. Barricade price, I said about 40 to 50 cents for that one. 40 to 50 cents I said for that, because I just don't imagine it's going to retain its value. I did say it, Maxim. Open those ears. Right, don't worry about it. It's all good. I might have just said it very quickly. I'm definitely pushing it very quickly because if you aren't fully aware, abnormals are now 1 hour earlier now. And with all of this speaking, you might realise that I'm getting quite close to the time that the abnormals are going to appear. So every week now, they appear at midnight UK time. All right, so if you can figure out your time zones, midnight UK, Wednesday night going into Thursday night. Understood? So, yeah, sorry if I was a little bit quick, but I had to get through it all. And I might have took several attempts to get started with the video today. I stumbled a fair bit. But sticking with this, we should also be aware that tomorrow we should be expecting an early rush store. So, I'll show that in a second. Yeah, expect an early rush store tomorrow. It's the November Force White. We're going to have an update with loads of fixes and improvements, hopefully. But we're also getting a combination of the Frontier building skin with the base decor pack. So, okay. You know how over the past few weeks we've been screaming and shouting about the base decor DLC? You know, loads of commits talking about it, loads of interesting content. It looks like it's been bundled together with the Frontier wooden building skin. Now, if you aren't fully aware of that, like 6 weeks ago, we saw the Frontier building skin. Let's go over to here. Frontier building rustified. And here we go. Yep. Remember this? Get a good look at this. Yeah. Kind of looks like Wild Western in a way. But it's supposed to like emulate the old style of bases from years ago back in Rust. But get a good look at that. Do you reckon it looks nice? Are you going to be wanting to use more wooden bases when you see it? No. But for role players, you can see it. You could probably think, yeah, I think role players are like that. PvE, probably. Yeah. So, looking at that, we're getting that tomorrow, and it is being paired up with the likes of the base Decor DLC. And let me remind you of a bit of an issue in regards to the base Decor pack. So if I quickly hop back over to here, let's just go to, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Go to me, Hedge. Right. I've got to go over to my pictures. Don't mind the cat. Just the barrels seem to be overpowered. The barrels seem to be pay to win. So when you look at this image, thanks to the likes of Rapid Snipers from the Rust subreddit for producing these images, with your boxes, your storages, you can only get so much inventory space for what you have there. With the barrels, because they occupy less space, you can fit more of them within that space. You can get so much more inventory slots, even with a TC. So this quite literally is a massive advantage to everyone that bought the DLC. So do you reckon they might nerf it? Do you reckon the barrels might have less inventory space? We shall see, but I know a lot of people are going to be very upset with that. If they don't make any changes to this, you're going to see a lot of complaints. So you should also take into consideration our beloved storage skins might suffer. You know, Neon Storage Collection might not be so popular anymore. Yeah, be aware of that. Not a good look. So we'll see what happens. Is the barrel going to be pay to win tomorrow? Keep an eye out, all right? Keep an eye out. So that's part of the base Decor DLC, which is out tomorrow. I should also point out, congratulations to everybody who went and bought a skin during Chattable Rust. They've raised over $200,000 just on the skin purchases. So props to you if you bought some of those. Very nice of you. Thank you very much. And Neil, let's hop over to here real quick. So, yep, clocks are changing earlier. We're going to have the abnormals in about 10 minutes. And we are expecting an early Rust or rotation tomorrow. So I'm talking around 6 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. Again, figure out the time zones. London time, 6 o'clock in the evening. Around then, I expect the Rust or rotation to happen. So, yeah, keep an eye out. Now, what potentially could be accepted tomorrow? Well, I'm pretty sure you've seen the likes of TGG's top picks. Get a good look at all of these skins because these were produced and uploaded just 2 weeks ago. Yep, 2 weeks ago. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. Get a good look at all of this. So these are all perfectly fine candidates, but don't forget, always keep an eye out for the newest skin submissions. Over the past weekend, all of these skins appeared, and you might have noticed many interesting collection continuations. Also, we have Murder Ducky. Look at him. Look at him. He's going to kill. He's going to kill. Anyway, so get a good look at this. Get a good look at this. And the clothing and armor. Very interesting batches of skins. You've got Comics Return. You've got Sand Rhino Tier 2. More Thunder Gold stuff. You also have Chameleon Bolt Action Rifle, Prototype AK-47. Loads of interesting things. But the real question is, out of all the clothing and armor, who is going to get the slots? Because we have Ronin hoodie and pants. We have Abyss gloves and boots, and we also have Thunder Gold Tier 2. There's so many potential skin collection continuations that might appear tomorrow, but who knows what's going to get picked. I hope my investments work out well. Hopefully, yes, come on. So, yeah, we shall see, So, with that, keep an eye out. Pray, I guess, if you really want to make a profit. But there's a lot to say there. My apologies are a little bit too long. Let's now skip ahead, and we'll show off the actual bio. Right, gentlemen, so it's the first abnormal buy order at an earlier time for the next 6 months. I hope you enjoy yourself. Let's roll. Let's see who wins this. Refresh. Skin. Thousands of buy orders instantly, like all the previous weeks. Come on, Gadgetor, show yourself. I want to see you. Come on, come on. You are supposed to appear at this time. Please tell me all the people who like to sell the skins are fully well aware that they can do it 1 hour earlier now. Don't tell me this is going to be silly. Well, there you go. Oh, there's one. Right, so let's go do that. Did someone just send me a trade right now? Pumpkin Bow, no. Doomgate, no. Ghostly Sheet, no. Zombieland, no. Coffin Wooden Door, no. Okay, let's hop over to here. Let's do that second buy order. The stronger buy order. Right, so she's clearly got a lot of buy orders already. Wow. Okay, so let's go do... Very nice. And then we have you. And hang on a minute. Your buy orders are like that. So I'm going to do something like this. Right. Pumpkin bow, no. Right. Has anything else appeared? Hello? There you go. Okay. Right. Oh, people are not going for you. Wow. Go back over to here. I'm looking at this. And then... Right. Awkward. Very awkward. Any more? Oh, you got that. Coffin wouldn't do it. Hello. Hang on a minute. Buy orders. Let's just see. Is it worth going for? Hardly anyway. Okay, all right, I could still hop in on that. Are people still going to care? I could put a buy order down. Let's see what happens. I'll do like 25. I'll go a little bit lower. Zombieland, no. It's Ghostly. Ghostly, no. Do we have Pumpkin Bow? No. Right. So why don't we skip ahead and we'll look at the abnormal barter support afterwards and we'll make a consideration if it's actually worthwhile to jump in and buy them, but probably not because it's Halloween. Anyway. Right, gentlemen, we're back. So we've waited quite a fair bit because a couple of skins still have not yet appeared. We'll talk more about that in a second, but let's go take a look at the abnormal barter support. And yes, this has 9,000 buy orders, going all the way up to about $3. Yet again, we have the botted buy order right there around $1.20. This has been going on for like several weeks now. Just know the vast majority of the buy orders is coming from right there. So I'm not sure if this sticks around forever. You have to be aware of with the likes of the buy order amount that you can offer, this account has to have a ton of money to keep doing that. And I imagine they do remove their buy orders eventually. So don't feel too demoralized. It is ridiculous, but I don't think that lasts forever. But when you look at the amount that this actually has put down, you got plenty of barters pushing all the way up to about $2.50, $2.60-ish. So I do imagine this is going to have a pretty decent future ahead of it. Yes, it will be going below its Rust Law price. We've already established that. But in good time, it will start rising and rising. And if we do see the Christmas cute girl garage door at some point, maybe it turns into a collection and maybe everybody wants them. Hopefully we get the Easter one next year as well. Maybe a newer one. Because, you are aware there was an Easter one, but it didn't get picked, unfortunately. But this, well, we got the Halloween one now. Will it suffer due to its very, very gimmicked design with the pumpkins all around it? Or will people not care? Simply because they like a girl with 4 eyes staring at them with her claws. Yeah. All right, moving on, we do have the likes of the Sinister Armored Door. Now, looking at that, for $3 skin, it's basically what we're expecting. So, yeah, we got a big fat quantity barter there, but that was botted. So if you take those away, you've only got like 700-800 requests to buy. When you look at the barter support, you've got plenty of barters pushing up to around $1 and over. And then if you look at this, it goes all the way up to about $1.50, $1.70, and then it stops. So, yeah, this isn't going to be retaining its value either. We've established that more than enough. Cool looking design. Will it last? In the short term, no. In the long term, we shall see. Cool looking, very nice glow in the dark, but yeah, we've just got to observe, got to keep track. So, looking at the likes of this, Doomgate Sheet Metal Door, very cool design, very intricate, $3.49 price down the roster at the moment. And the buy orders, well, they basically end at $1.20. You do have this guy here putting down a 100 quantity at $1.63, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to be holding its $3.49 price. No. So if you truly wanted this, you could just put down a very strong buy order. And that applies to the other skins that we talked about. Nowhere do we have a skin close to $3, a buy order close to $3. So maybe you could just put down like a $2. You could just put down a $2 buy order. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if you do pick this up, all right? So if you're looking at this tomorrow, it's Thursday, and you're questioning whether you want to actually jump in and buy these skins, you could just put a very decent buy order down, maybe like $1 less. You will still probably buy these skins. Over the course of November, wouldn't be surprising at all. So looking at the likes of this, yeah, that's not retaining its value. You're much better off just doing a buy order. And then you look at likes of the Coffin Wooden Door. Yeah, not a lot of people going towards that. Now, loads of people did buy orders up to about 80 cents, and then this just randomly appeared. I'm not sure if that's sticking around. I'm not sure who this is. Probably not smart. You're going to get a lot of purchases soon. Yeah. I don't imagine this is going to be retaining its value. I've said more than enough in regards to wooden door skins. Then you got the ghostly sheet metal door, and well, $2.49, and boulders are going nowhere near that. They are only going up to $1. They are only going up to $1, and that's it, no more. Awkward, very, yes. Will this recover eventually? Will people gradually appreciate this very goofy looking sheet metal door? Maybe. Like, I really do want to see a nice contrast. Like, we've seen so many sheet metal doors come out this year and suffer instantly, but post-Christmas time, how are they going to look like? What are they going to look like? Sorry. How are they going to look? I can't speak English well. I'm so sorry. When you talk about skins non-stop for like 3 or 4 hours straight, you truly got to understand I do have a bit of brain rot. But yeah, again, you could just put down like a $1.30 boulder. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest that if you pick those up for that price, because the boulders, they only got to $1. It's not going to hold. That is definitely going below its rust or price. And then we have these two skins. Nope and no, we do not currently have them. So the Pumpkin Bow and the Zombieland AR have still not yet appeared, but we have a very good reason for why this potentially might be the case. The people who probably bought the skins don't know that they can sell them right now. Lots of people probably are fully not aware that the clocks have changed. So remember, from now on, it's now midnight every Wednesday going into Thursday night. So, yeah, 1 hour earlier for the Europeans that don't have to stay up so late anymore. So, they're very happy about that, aren't they? But, yeah, we have not seen a listing yet, so we can't really do anything. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one in about 30 minutes' time is the answer, though, because, yeah. So, other than that, that's basically everything. As expected, the support doesn't go near the prices that they sell for, and you could just do a boulder and pick them up at some point in November. So yeah, that's everything, guys. That's Halloween, and from here on now, over the course of the next few weeks, we have 5 rust doors in November, 1 in December, that's going to be a normal one, and then the 14th and the 21st of December will be Christmas rust doors, 28th will be New Year's, but there's no real New Year's gimmicks, so that'll just basically be a normal rust door. So yeah, that's basically everything. We have screamed and shouted enough in regards to these pixels, but do not forget, with the update coming out tomorrow, we are going to have an early rust door. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I am expecting around 6 o'clock in the afternoon UK time tomorrow, because the force wipe will be 7 o'clock. So it's usually going to be about an hour before, maybe even earlier. So if you're like looking at these skins tomorrow, do be prepared that with the rust door rotating fairly early tomorrow, you won't be able to buy these anymore. But yeah, like I said, it's probably just better off to stick with a boulder. Right, let's now start talking about what we're seeing on the workshop. If you were to look at the workshop right now, we've got some interesting skins appearing. What do we see right in front of us? We are seeing a whole bunch of Twitch drops right here. Yes, we are. So, if you get a good look at this, we've got the Decor Assault Rifle. Chat, could someone quickly link me the hoodie? Apparently, I'm not following Viduka on this account. Could someone quickly grab that for me real quickly? But yeah, so we have Decor Assault Rifle. I am well aware that the Spanish streamers also have a red, black, gold AK-47 as well, along with a red, black, gold hoodie. So be prepared for that. We're going to have 2 very similar AKs. And then if you look over to the likes of here, what do we see? It looks like a generic drop. We got a Twitch Rifles beanie hat. Sorry about that. And then if we look over to here, guys, what's this? What's that? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? That right there. That's a face mask. You know that whole gimmick with the kayak face mask where it doesn't have a front piece? That Team Rocket face mask has the exact same thing, and that's going to be given away for free. That right there, you know how loads of people love the gimmick where from a distance you can trick people into not realising wearing a face mask? That right there is the most ideal thing that you could get, and that's going to be given away for free in December. You're going to see a lot of people watching Rust streams in December time. Oh, yes, you are. And then, of course, don't forget, we also have this hoodie right here. So get a good look at it. Probably not exactly the exact same colour green as Forest Raiders, but a free alternative. I think people will be appreciating that. Chat, is anybody else going to... All right, well, thanks for your help, chat. Much appreciated. Guess I have to go find it myself. Here you go. Disguised Toast hoodie as well. So, do you like the colour yellow? Well, there you go. So, yeah. We're very likely going to see all the skins that we just looked at. They will be Twitch drops. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be exactly like in the summer, where each team that's taking part will have 2 skins that you can get, and then we'll have a whole batch of generic drops that you can get, which one of them being the beanie hat. So yes, in just over 5-6 weeks' time, there's a lot of very interesting Twitch drops to get hold of. And this is just the first few, you know? There's still like another 10 plus to see. So keep an eye on the workshop. Tons of very interesting skins constantly appearing. And Viduka, I need to follow you. Yeah, get this account. And there we are. And now I can see it. Ta-da. There we go. Awesome. So, yeah. Keep an eye on the commits, because now that we got base decor DLC out of the way, they're going to start cooking for Christmas. They have been cooking on base decor DLC for how long now? 3 weeks plus? Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be surprised by that. They've been constantly... a month. So starting tomorrow, or, you know, over the course of this next weekend, they're going to be cooking the next thing. And what's that going to be? Well, by default, for December time, we are fully well aware that we're getting the gingerbread building skin, but that's being given away for free to everybody, all right? So don't forget that. And do keep an eye on those gingerbread skins, because if everybody is getting a gingerbread building skin, what do you reckon is going to happen to all of those gingerbread doors and clothing and armor pieces and weapons and, and a large box? Well, we've been talking about that for quite a while, haven't we? So from here on now, all Rust skins are expected to start climbing in price. We could probably take a look at the likes of the Forest Raiders pants real quickly. Always in demand, the Forest Raiders collection. What do we see in the recent times? Look at that. It reached its lowest point at the very beginning of October, and now it's been climbing and climbing and climbing. From here, look at that. From here to here, it's basically gone up 50%. And it's only the beginning. Because when we reach around January time, it's going to probably be around here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Keep an eye on all of these things, guys. You really do need to, start looking around and making investments. But this isn't the Abnormals video. We're not going to be screaming and shout about that anymore. So things are looking positive. Things are looking very interesting. Keep an eye out for all of it. And what skins do you expect for tomorrow? Well, consider looking through all of these skins again, as I suggested. Do you want to see the murder ducky? Do you want to see Crocs with socks? Or do you reckon it'd be something else? Get a good look at all these collections. They're freely available to everyone. And with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed yourself. And yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Just be prepared. It will be early. So catch you later. See you, goodbye. And yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. Look in the description for my Twitch link and you get the idea. Catch you later.